My name is Bella Aquino, and for my NIL podcast, I chose the topic Managing Student-Athlete Finances, with providing examples of effective financial management by athletes. The number one common factor I've found is that athletes tend to be young when they find themselves with plenty of money. Many athletes spend frivolously while young and at their peak of their career. Athletes receive a large percentage of their lifetime earnings over a short time frame. In an article I found online by Investopedia titled Financial Planning for Professional Athletes: An Inside Look, Brian Kwiatkowski, who was a D1 men's volleyball player and is now a financial advisor, states, "If you don't see it, you won't spend it." He recommends saving as much as possible from day one. After I found the common factor, I decided to do a deeper dive into what athletes can do to manage their money. The first step I found is to plan for the long term. Paul Ferrigno, a certified financial planner with Ferrigno Financial, recommends that professional athletes prepare a goal-based financial plan. Creating the plan and monitoring the progress will help them obtain the financial freedom they want after their playing days. The second step I found is managing personal relationships. I found that one of the biggest challenges for professional athletes is managing relationships with friends and family. Many athletes feel an obligation to give back to those who help them achieve success. This should be done in a responsible manner that does not interfere with their own financial security. Professionals recommend establishing boundaries with friends and family, and even involving a third-party professional to handle requests for money. I found that you can learn personal finance lessons from pro athletes. Athletes like Shaquille O'Neal, Steph Curry, and Marshawn Lynch are great examples. Shaquille O'Neal has an impressive business portfolio. He has partnered with brands like Krispy Kreme, 24 Hour Fitness, Carnival Cruise, Papa John's, and the General Insurance. He has a reasoning behind some of these partnerships. Shaquille O'Neal struggled with paying car insurance in college, so he wanted to work with a company that offered affordable rates, referring to his partnership with the General Insurance. Shaquille O'Neal didn't always know how to manage his money correctly. When he first entered the league, he quickly spent $1 million on cars and jewelry. His bank manager told him he needed to learn how to manage his money or it would all disappear. Now for Steph Curry, he used his money as a foundation to build up a business empire. He had stated that he had plenty for me to be able to provide for my family, so he didn't ever get greedy. Curry made an extension with Under Armour that gives him an equity stake in the company. As for Marshawn Lynch made $50 million in his career before retiring at 29. He stays wealthy by living like he's broke, and he is often referred to as a symbol of hope since he teaches people how to save money. After the research I did, I decided to bring in my boyfriend, Bonzi King, a former D1 athlete at the University of Wisconsin-Green Bay, to get his insight on managing student-athlete finances.
Yeah, hey guys, my name is Bonzi King. I graduated at the University of Green Bay, Wisconsin. Coming out of high school, I was not known of the stipend checks we were getting going into it. So as soon as I graduated, which was in the summer of May, we got a stipend check for at least $500, and I wasn't really sure what to do with that money. Living on campus and having money just already be in my account from high school, just from high school jobs, that really just set me apart from everybody else. I know a lot of kids on my team that really came from harsher conditions, living-wise and financial-wise, kind of, I guess, from the hood is what they call it. They really blew their check, and for them, I guess, not to be selfish and talk about myself, but I didn't really blow my money as I did have those stipend checks. Now I can't imagine what people go through with NIL deals. It's probably a different ballpark than what it was when I was in college 2 or 3 years ago.
So did y'all have any advisors or any resources to help guide you guys when you did get these stipend checks?
There's not really anybody that was technically a financial advisor. It was really just our assistant coaches saying, hey, what's your bank information, yada, yada, yada. We're going to send it to your real name and just direct deposit. There was never really, we were pretty free of like how we spend our money. Obviously, we're grown-ups, and obviously coming out of high school, being 18 and receiving just free money, the normal person would just spend it right away, not really thinking about anything long-term.
Is there stuff that you can remember that people would, I don't know, maybe talk about or mention that they chose to spend their money on?
Oh yeah, most definitely. There was a lot of what's the word for just stuff you really don't need, honestly. Like Yeezy shoes, like expensive shoes, expensive merchandise that really is not gonna last you in the long run. Those stuff would depreciate over time, such as clothes, designer clothes, whatever that may be. It was mostly just appearance stuff to make them look rich, not really growing into the person you're supposed to become, because one day we're all gonna have to pay bills, and we didn't really have that. I guess living off campus really teaches you how to spend that money. So as far as an advisor, there was really nobody managing our money. And I think now that I think about it, there was banks that was within the university that possibly could have helped us with some financial advising, most definitely. Especially when we get those bigger checks, stipend checks for 3 to 4 months. Christmas would come around. We get one day off of Christmas, and then coach would just give us a stipend. So that was another time that not only me but my teammates really kind of blew their money in a way, in quotations.
So that summer coming out of your freshman year, if you and your teammates had some sort of financial literacy, do you think that would have changed the outcome of how you chose to spend your stipend?
Yes and no. Like I said earlier, a lot of people come from poverty, so once you get their money, free money, I guess, in their eyes is how they look at it. It's really just free game for them to spend it however they want, obviously, because we're all adults.
Right.
But coming in as an 18-year-old, I think that would have been beneficial if we had like a 4-week program where we're sitting, even just teaching us about how to use a credit card, how to even write a check or something like that, because there's not really classes you take in high school to really set you up for good standing in as far as the financial standpoint goes. And I feel like you could turn that into some type of credit class where everybody has to do that during the summer or during their off season, to where they can possibly invest that money, or obviously saving is a huge thing, but I think investing into other outlets such as trading cryptocurrencies, that's just an example, NFTs, whatever it is.
Do you regret how you chose to spend the money that you got?
Yeah, now I do. In the moment, I was just kind of being a young kid, not really knowing what life is really about from a financial standpoint. Kind of just buying whatever I see that I couldn't buy in high school or couldn't buy growing up is what I really was financially doing. And now that I'm taking care of my own bills, paying off my own car, I definitely would have saved that money that was given to me stipend wise, or even if I signed an NIL deal, definitely keeping that towards some type of savings account or something, some type of that will benefit me in the long run.
In conclusion, we thought we'd share our insight as to what we think would help student athletes manage their financials.
Yeah, one being there could possibly be a 8-week class that's 1 to 2 credits mandatory for every student athlete. And not only are you making an attempt to get your degree with the credit, that'll be you're also learning about the financial side of everything as far as NIL, stipends, and other money that is achieved.
And I think that the importance of having a financial advisor would serve student athletes well. So meeting with this financial advisor to make sure that athletes are choosing wisely how to spend their money. So spending it on things maybe of more importance like gas or groceries. And then obviously if they have other money left over, they would be able to spend it on more materialistic items. But definitely having a financial advisor for student athletes and checking in with your advisors, whether that's on a 2-week basis or monthly basis or every 2-month basis, but just making sure that athletes are choosing wisely how to spend their money and, keeping them from falling short of financial literacy.